Hi, I'm Marilyn, and this video is regarding the top 5 regrets that people have when they're on their deathbed. And this information is based on an article written by a nurse who works at a place called Old Colony Hospice and Palliative Care. While working there, of course, she has witnessed a lot of people on their deathbeds and has gathered some information based on what they commonly say. So I thought that this would make for a great video that we could kind of learn to apply these lessons into our lives so that we don't continue to make the mistakes that they did. So the number one regret that people have while they're on their deathbed is, I wish I had the courage to live a life that is true to myself and not to the expectations of others. A lot of us make this mistake where we try to live up to the standards of people that we look up to, as opposed to living a life that's true to us. We all have unique talents and skills, and we cannot be basically putting ourselves in situations where we are just doing what we are told and we are just living up to the expectations of others, because then those talents, those skills are going to waste. So basically, I see this quote as the importance of following your own intuition. Our intuition is kind of a great personal guide that helps us give us step-by-step guidance on which direction to head in our lives. And I think it's very important that we listen to this. Otherwise, we will go off track, and who knows, we may end up in our deathbed having all these regrets or living a life that is completely wasted by not examining or going further into our talents and our skills and applying those into our lives. There is a quote that I like to share. If you're true to yourself, you may not have all the friends in the world, but you'll be more at peace with yourself. And that's a very strong and secure place to be. Having the courage to live a life that is true to ourselves. A lot of people may not like us for that, but sometimes it's more important to be at peace than to be liked. Number 2, they say, I wish I didn't work so hard. This is based on people who are overworking to feed their families, and at the time they think that they're doing the right thing, or they have to be loyal to their employer, which is understandable. But like we said in the first one, when you're living a life that is authentic and true to you, not everyone's gonna like you for it. It means you may be disappointing some people. I'm not saying hard work is not worth it. It's definitely good to work hard, but make sure that you're working hard in the direction that you want to go in the direction that is fulfilling your intuition. Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. This can be an issue for people who are people pleasers. Expressing your feelings does not mean you have to be rude or disrespectful. On the contrary, you can be completely kind and respectful and disagree with someone. When I look back at hurtful things that were said to me, sometimes it's not even the hurtful thing that bothers me. It was the fact that I didn't stand up for myself at that time. That hurts me more sometimes. So I definitely can relate to what this person is saying on their deathbed. Number 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. A lot of us, including myself, get carried away with things to do, and sometimes we neglect our friends. I would like to expand the word friend to people that care about us, and we mutually care about them. Part of all our missions here on earth is to help each other. It is also important that we make time to do that. I understand the need for solitude. I'm an introvert, so this is kind of my issue too, and I can learn from this person on their deathbed when they say this, because I know for me, I enjoy my own time to myself, but I do realize that in doing that, I am also neglecting people that I care about and who care about me, and I'm also missing out. And I do understand this, and I'm trying to be better at this. And so I hope if this is your issue that you work on that as well. I know definitely as you get older, it can be harder to make friends because everybody's so busy. I've heard this quote by Dr. Phil, whether you like him or not, I like him, but I love this quote by him. I'm not sure if he's the original person that created this quote, but he says, in order to have a good friend, you need to be a good friend. And it's not just in the moment of being a good friend, it's like also what you've done in the past and what you're doing in the present and in the future with your friendships. You need to stay consistent and committed to the friendship. Number 5, I wish I had let myself be happier. Now, this is a quote we can all learn from. I think that we sometimes, including myself, take life too seriously, and we need to realize that things aren't always as serious as we think it is. We sort of sometimes zoom in on the details and expect everything to be perfect and everybody should be perfect, but we need to sometimes learn to let things go. And happiness, to an extent, what I mean in this context, when they talk about happiness, I think what they're talking about is inner fulfillment. And yeah, that is mostly an inside job, and we can help to remind ourselves and to connect with that part of who we are within. If you're depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. And this is a quote by Lao Tzu. So I'm going to do a quick recap of the 5 regrets because I think they're so important. Have the courage to live a life that is true to yourself. Don't work too hard. Have the courage to express your feelings. Stay in touch with those who love you and you love back. And allow yourself to be happier or more fulfilled from within. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any comments or feedback to add, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.